Well, hey, it's Dr. Simeon Hein here, and welcome to the fourth in our Resonance video series. If you haven't seen the first three videos in this series, I highly recommend that you look at those first. They're on the same place that you're seeing this video right now. Now today what we're going to do is actually a mini resonant viewing session. If you haven't done one of these before, it's going to be a lot of fun. And if you have done this before, it's going to be a good time to brush up on some of your resonant viewing skills. Now the way this works is I have a target that I've selected ahead of time. No, don't ask me, I'm not going to tell you what it is. You're going to figure that out on your own. Now usually what we would do is take a picture or a set of instructions, some words or something like that that indicates a place, person, event or something like that, and we would put it in a folder, manila folder, and hide it from the viewer. But in this case I've already selected the target picture and I'm going to show it to you on the screen behind me as soon as we're done with the session. Now the basis of doing a resonant viewing session, it's really pretty straightforward. All you need to remember is to write down everything that you perceive while we're doing the session. And that's a little easier to say than it is to do. But all you need to do is to write down everything you get during this little mini session that we're about to do. We're going to use what I call the UniView set of procedures. It's a abbreviated resonant viewing protocol that we came up with to be able to teach people quickly, to be able to teach kids, teach it in a 1-hour lecture and so forth, because the typical resonant viewing process can take a couple of days to learn. So we've abbreviated it here, and we're going to show you exactly how it works. So the first step in the UniView procedure is to relax. You want to cool down, you want to let go of any extraneous emotions or distractors, physical distractors, anything like that. Get a piece of paper if you don't have one of those already. And if you want, you could write down some of these things that you want to let go of. Or you can just mentally, like I like to do, just kind of exhale. As you exhale, think of letting go of all the stress, the strain, any emotional, physical distractors that may prevent you from getting full target contact. Because remember, the whole idea here is that you already know what the target is. You already know what's on that screen behind me, what I'm going to show you in a few minutes. It's just that it hasn't migrated yet from your subconscious mind to your conscious mind. It's not like resonant viewing, remote viewing actually teaches you to do something that you don't know how to do. It's just a question of lowering the noise level down so you can hear the subtle energy signals and messages and ideas coming from your subconscious and your right mind. And because they're very subtle and very fleeting, you need to kind of lower the noise level. That's the point of doing this initial cool down. So get a piece of paper and write your name, date, and the time. And you want to just make sure you get the time, because we'll end it when we end it, and we'll want to make sure the session finishes. So go ahead, get your piece of paper, get a pen, and we'll get started. So the way we're going to start this session is you have your piece of paper with your name, the date, and the time. And what you want to do is basically what they found when the original studies were being done of natural psychics is often that there are these little subconscious motions, physical motions coming from the autonomic nervous system. It's something you're not aware of, but your hands will just start moving and drawing. And so what we'll do is draw what we call an ideogram. And basically the way you do that is you put your pen on the page and you just let your hand move. Don't pick your pen off the page till you're done with your ideogram. And it tends to be better if they're faster than slower, though occasionally some people do them better slower. It's a way that your subconscious mind is going to communicate to your conscious mind what is in the target, to describe it. And remember, the goal here is not to it's not to define what the target is. You don't need to name what the target is. You simply need to describe it in terms of basic colors, textures, and physical dimensions, like we'll see in a moment. So basically you're going to put your pen on the paper, you're going to let your hand move, and you're going to draw an ideogram. And it's basically your own sort of personal hieroglyphics that are going to show you what's in the target. And what we're going to do in the rest of the session is decode the ideogram. So once you have your ideogram on the page, we're going to touch it and probe it and get some basic sensory information. And then we're going to get some dimensional information about the target. And what you're going to see is that you have the ability to describe a person, place, or an event or a location that you haven't seen ahead of time, because your subconscious already knows what that particular target is. Your subconscious knows what I've chosen for you here, and that information has to migrate into the conscious mind. The way it migrates, it's not through physical thoughts, concrete thoughts, very solid, rational type of thinking that we're used to. It's actually through physical sensations and feelings, and actually kind of fleeting glimpses that you'll get in your awareness. It's a little different for everybody, so I don't know exactly how it's going to work for you. But it's a fleeting, transient sort of signal that you're looking for, and it often comes through your physical body in the form of hand motions. The main point here is you simply do not need to comprehend or understand what you're doing. And as I pointed out in some of the previous videos, this process works better when you think about it less. You don't need to understand what's going on for it to work, and I think you're going to find that's the real amazing paradox of this whole process, is the less you understand what you're doing, the better the process works, because it's coming from your subconscious mind. And your conscious mind, which has been in control of your life for most of your life, wants to be in control, but this isn't something it knows how to do, but can assist us, and that's what we're asking it to do here, is simply assist in the process by writing down the information. Okay, so we're going to steer you through the process, and when we're done in a few minutes, we'll take a look at the target and we'll see how you did, okay? Ready? Put your pen on the left side of the page, and when you're ready, just draw your ideogram. That's right, just let the pen move, just a scribble, a scraggle, whatever it looks like, it doesn't matter, you don't need to understand what it is, just let your pen move, and then we'll decode the ideogram. And when you've got an ideogram there, you want to actually probe it and touch it, and briefly describe the basic impressions that you get from that ideogram. Now, what we're looking for are feelings of hardness or softness, or wet or dry, smooth or rough, something like that. Just the basic feeling of that ideogram. Because when you're touching the ideogram, it's almost like you're touching the target itself. Imagine you're reaching through space-time and kind of touching the target with your pen. I mean, I know that it just looks like your pen is touching ink on a page, but to your subconscious mind, you're actually touching the target. So go ahead and touch the target through your ideogram. Describe your basic impressions. What does it feel like when you touch it? That's all you have to answer in this part. And write that down also in the left side of the page. And then, when you've got some basic impressions for the particular target that I'll show you when we're done, describe some sensory information. So colors, sounds, textures, temperatures. What sort of impressions do you get from this target? If you were actually there, what would your eyes and your ears and your tongue and your mouth be telling you about this target? Taste, smells, ambience. What sort of ambient feelings do you get about the target? And colors, textures. So take a few moments and write down some of your sensory impressions in terms of textures and tastes, temperatures, luminosity, contrasts. What are you perceiving? And then imagine in your mind that you're moving 100 feet over the target, and then describe it again. From this point of view, describe colors, sights, sounds, textures, temperatures, and so forth.